There are some things in this world that go way beyond human understanding. Things that cannot be explained, things that most people don't want to know about. That is where we come from.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid!
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
It's all true. The boogeyman is real, and you found him.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead people.
Listen to them, children of the night. What music they make.
They're here.
And welcome back to Ghost Frickin'
Talkin'.
Ghost Frickin' Talkin', or as we learned from the last episode,
Ghost Frickin' and Talkin'.
Ghost Frickin' and Talkin'. As you notice, our logo, our name, everything is Ghost Frickin' and Talkin', even though we're just going to ignore that, and it is Ghost Frickin' Talkin'.
Here at the channel, we do not care about spelling and grammar.
No, we are not the grammar police. We are paranormal fans, right? I wouldn't say we're professionals. Even though I don't think there are professional paranormal people, because you can't go to school for paranormal. There's no learning of paranormal. It's all a guess game. But I guess if you get on TV, I guess that promotes you as being a professional paranormal person.
I guess.
But let me introduce myself. My name is Nick.
And I am Trenton.
We are a father-son duo team being found wherever you're listening to via podcast or also here on YouTube at Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. You can see our lovely faces here on YouTube, so if you guys are listening via podcast, make sure to check out our YouTube channel because we do have some exclusive content out there for you to come in and watch. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is our special episode. It is
Halloween.
The spookiest day of the year. Not so much this year, though.
Yeah, you don't get that feeling.
Because even driving through like neighborhoods and shit, you don't see anybody decorated really much.
See, I think it's just like the seasons going by and like climate change and like how it's like really hot one day and then like the next is like a negative something.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
Or have people moved away from the Halloween spirit? Are people losing Halloween spirit because maybe Christmas is being thrown in our face so fast now?
See, that's also what I'm kind of thinking, because like it's already like a week away from Halloween and we're already getting like sales for Christmas stuff.
Yeah, we're on the radio the other day, all of a sudden we hear ching 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 ching. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Halloween hasn't even showed its face yet, and we're already listening to Christmas music?
Okay, I will admit, I, like, for some reason, like, it's the one day, right? I'm just, like, sitting there, I'm like, dude, I kind of want Halloween to be over with so I can listen to Christmas songs for some reason. Like, in my mind was just like, yo, Halloween needs to get over.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I don't want it to happen.
Shut your mouth. You are no son of mine. You have been disowned.
No, I love Halloween. Halloween's my favorite time of year, but that one day was just like, dude, I want Halloween over with. I just want to feel that Christmas vibe.
Yeah. And if you notice behind us, we actually have a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern. This is actual jack-o'-lantern. This is real. Was carved out yesterday. And this was a free pumpkin we received at an event in Beloit, Wisconsin, where they were handing out free pumpkins, spreading the holiday joy like people should, right? Yeah, that pumpkin is pretty sweet, isn't it?
It is, but it's like super weird. It's like a worm on like one side.
Well,
so I'm just like,
is it cooking?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like,
well, we'll make sure to blow it out, even though it is one of the rules that you're not supposed to blow out a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah,
you're supposed to let the candle burn out. Otherwise, Sam will come for you. We've learned that in the Trick or Treat movie.
Yeah,
which has to go down as if there's any movie now that I have to watch on Halloween, which sucks because I won't be here for Halloween. I'll be on location in New Jersey. But Trick or Treat is the movie that I pop in after you guys go to bed, after trick-or-treating. I'll pop it in and I'll watch it.
Because I was about to say, are you just going to like take Trick or Treat and like my Blu-ray player and just like take it to Philly?
Yeah, well, it's not Philly. New Jersey. But the thing is that we are supposedly going on the hauntedest road in New Jersey on Halloween night. So it should be interesting if I even come back alive. Because New Jersey seems like it's going to be rough anyway. And we're going to go and hunt for stuff. I don't know what exactly this road is. I haven't done too much research on it. But from this podcast to when I actually go there, I will do a little bit more research on what the hell I'm supposed to be going out there for.
So does that mean I get like all your stuff after you die?
Yeah, I will bequeath all my stuff to you.
So we got that on tape. We got that on film. All that stuff goes to me.
You get all my Lego stuff, all my 49er gear, all my...
That's all I wanted.
That's all you wanted was the 49er gear? You don't want my hunting equipment and all that cool stuff?
No, I just want the 49er gear, all the Lego, and I'm set. I'm fine.
All right. Well, it's all yours.
Epic.
Just make sure your brother and your sister get something.
I'll let them have a jersey.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just because.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, I am heading to New Jersey for Halloween, so that's why this Halloween episode's a little earlier. But if you guys are searching this podcast up on Halloween, happy Halloween. And if it's after Halloween, happy post-Halloween. Because this podcast is out there forever.
If it's like 2 Halloweens from now, happy 2 Halloweens.
All right, so on today's episode, we are going to talk about a little bit of the history of how Halloween became Halloween. It might be a little boring to you guys because it's more of a history lesson than anything. But we'll round it out with some of our own personal Halloween stories of the best costumes that you've had or best times during Halloween. Because like mine, Halloween parties are awesome.
Yeah, our Halloween parties are pretty cool.
And we will talk at the very end here on our last segment. I have some little short scary stories to tell, and supposedly these are real scary stories. No one's written in to
ghostft@yahoo.com.
No one's been writing any stories into us, so I will have to
it's like
dive
one of our
into
slogans too.
Huh?
It's one of our slogans too. How are you guys not writing in?
Yeah, everyone's got a story to tell, but no one's writing them out and sending them in. So what I'm going to do is I've searched up some little scary ghost stories, and we will supposedly these are true ghost stories. So we will give our input on these stories after I'm done reading them. So stay tuned for that. So paranormal week, has anything happened paranormal wise? Oh, besides that thing that happened earlier tonight where you thought a cat was meowing next to you.
Yeah.
And the cats were actually sleeping in the kitchen at the time.
Okay. I was thinking about it more after that because that's like the only thing that's happened throughout like the past like month, basically.
Yeah, it's been quiet around here.
It did sound like a cat, but I've also been thinking the dog was there.
So maybe she was whining?
No, it wasn't her whining. It was her bowel movements. No, because like
her stomach growling or something.
Stomach growling because it's happened to me before. Because I was also thinking about that, so it could be debunked.
That could be debunked. We will throw that experience out and be totally like, there's nothing going on here. Has our resident ghost finally moved out? Have they moved on? We haven't talked to it for a while within spirit boxes or anything like that.
But like, okay, so like I was also thinking. It could be Mom. mom is probably the one that's attached, the ghosts are attached to, because like some stuff, it's debatable if it's like at mom's house, because like I usually hear like glasses clinking and like stuff like that in the kitchen at her house, and it's just like, okay, it's like dialed down a little bit, but
it's not as intense as it was here.
No.
But it does feel like something might be there or traveled with you guys. Or
see, I feel that like the first couple days, well, in the first couple months, you just didn't feel it at all, and you kind of feel it now. You know, it's like somebody's like, it's not like somebody's watching you, but you feel that energy presence.
Okay.
That you used to feel here, but now you kind of don't feel that anymore here.
Yeah. I haven't felt that. I did last night. I was over at a friend's house last night, and she doesn't want anything to do with anything paranormal. She doesn't even listen to the show. She doesn't like anything that I do paranormal-wise. But I do feel there is a presence in her house, and it does kind of make its presence known because I've felt it. I've heard it do stuff in her house, and even her dog notices stuff happening there.
See, like, I know what you're talking about, and yeah, I feel the same way.
Have you felt it at her house?
Yes, and like I didn't want to bring it up there because I know she doesn't like that.
Okay, yeah, because the biggest presence I feel is within the kitchen area.
It's not the kitchen area; it's that hallway.
Oh, that long. She's got a really long hallway too.
It's that hallway.
I don't feel it in the hallway. I felt it in the kitchen. I even low key I turned on my eye ovilus yesterday.
Oh, really?
And I wasn't gonna tell her about it, but she, because we were trying to figure out an outfit for her to go to a Halloween get together thing last night, and it was kind of last second, so I was like, oh, pick out an outfit or whatever. And she was like, oh, well, I don't have anything. Well, she ended up being a cowgirl or whatever. And she goes, I had the eye ovilus on, and I didn't tell her about it. She doesn't know it's there. It's sitting there. And she's like, do you like the pigtails with the cowboy hat? And eye ovilus said remove. So it was like whatever the spirit was there was telling her to remove the pigtails. Otherwise that was, and then there was a couple of other things I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it was kind of had to do with the situation we were talking about at the time. But I ended up bringing it up to her that I had that running. And she goes, well, that thing's just doing a bunch of gibberish. But we've actually had a full on conversation one time with the eye ovilus.
I don't know how I feel about the eye ovilus, because like, yes, we have conversations with it before, but no, I don't believe it, because it's a cell phone. Because once you think about it, the cell phone listens to you.
Yeah.
And then and it has all your information on it, and like everything about you. So like it can always like produce these like sentences and like quickly scan like information.
Yeah, I get that, but I think the guy that invented that app, I don't think he is out to try to get anyone, because he is a legitimate like ghost guy.
Yes, that's another reason why I'm like debatable about it.
Because he is I'm blanking on his name right now, but he does all the equipment for the Ghost Adventures guys. And yeah, everyone's like, oh, fucking Ghost Adventures, they're fake. Fuck you if you think Ghost Adventures is fake. They might embellish a bit.
I don't think they're truly fake.
They've gone into some shit, and because I follow them like on Twitter and stuff like that, and you could definitely tell that they've been through some shit that still bothers them, even if they're just doing their everyday life stuff.
Like the last episode that they did for this season.
Where
they're in the like haunted forest.
That was the last episode that was on Hulu. The Goat Man Bridge.
Yeah, and then they like the one person left because of like she didn't.
Yeah,
like,
she was done.
Do anything.
Yeah, she was done with it, and I believe because I think she was going out with Billy Tully at the time, and I think she ended up breaking up with him. I could be wrong with that. But yeah, so that is the closest like paranormal experience that I've had is at her place, because I don't feel anything here. You know, I've been here, you know, plenty of nights because you guys aren't here.
Yeah.
And have the cats that we brought into this house, have they shooed out any kind of spirit that's in this house? Yeah, because cats ward off evil spirits.
See, I know about that, but we had Blackjack at one point. We had Reese, and everything else happened at that point. And even in the old house, you still had everything. While you still had like Peach, right? Is that?
In the old house?
Yeah, in the old house, you had
Patches, Reese, yeah.
You had all those cats, so I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, is it just that the spirits are kind of trying to stay low key because of the cats? They don't know how to really handle that situation right now. Because it's not like the cats sit here and see anything. You know, they're not reacting. The dog doesn't even react anymore to anything that's going around here. So I don't know. It's really weird, you know. And it's not like I'm like disappointed that anything's not happening, but I'm kind of disappointed that nothing's happening, because it's always a cool story to tell.
Yeah, you know, I'm the one that's always afraid about everything and stuff like that. But it's just really cool to like, cause like compare some like, my friends see me as like a god to like talk about like all this stuff, and they like, oh my god, you guys are like the most savage people and like the like most brave out of everyone. Everyone was like, I can't do anything like that. I'm like, well, I've been dealing with this for like the last 16 years. So
yeah. So you know, no ghost experiences, but you know, I do feel stuff at other people's places, and I know she will never listen to this podcast, so I can say as much as I want, but I truly believe her house has a spirit in it. I don't think it's a bad spirit.
No, like it doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel negative, but you can definitely tell that there's something there.
Yes, like when we were traveling like down in the basement and stuff like that, one day you could really feel it down in the basement.
Well, here's the thing, is that the guy is really weird, because she was telling me about the story of how she got the house, right? Well, the guy's wife died of cancer. I don't know if she might have had hospice where she died, you know, how Grandpa
where
did.
She died in
whether
house.
She died in that house or not, or she died in the hospital, or she's still tied to that house somehow. And
see, you big smart.
Yeah, well, yeah, dude. And that's the thing is that, you know, maybe this person was so tied to this house because, you know, these people were the original. They had the house built and they moved into this house, and it was really weird because when she bought the house, the guy left everything in the house. You know, he left a giant ass TV. You know, all this, you know, equipment in the kitchen, just a ton of shit.
See,
and it was like this
sketchy.
guy, it seemed like this guy wanted out of this fucking house, you know, and she made an offer and he took her right up on it. So it wasn't like he was trying to get more money out of anything. It was like, boom. So,
okay. So I'm sorry for cutting you off, but like, see, like there's two different ways you can go with this. Way A, he's like so emotionally like scarred about it, he doesn't want anything to do with it anymore. Because, you know, like if you really love someone, I don't know how old he is, he's probably like, see, what I'm getting at, he's probably like a 72-year-old man.
I think it was something like that.
Because like I know, and they probably met when they're like 17 or whatever, and they've been married for like 62 years or whatever, you know, you just don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, you just want to cut and run and just kind of start over.
It's just he knows that she's there, and like
something is happening there.
Something is happening, and he wants to get out of there.
Yeah, because it's definitely a feeling when you're there. And it's real funny that you brought it up that you had that feeling there, because, you know, I get it all the time, especially in that kitchen gets me.
No, it's that hallway, and it's just
because you know, we'll be sitting there watching TV at night, and I will see shadows go across her kitchen, And it's funny because I think it was like last week, my head turned and her dog was sitting in my lap, and her dog's head turned same exact time because we both caught whatever moved in that kitchen. And she looked over at me and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Nothing," because I don't want to be like that guy that's like, you have fucking spirits here. She knows that I'm heavy into it, and she knows it's my thing.
And she doesn't like it at all, and she's kind of afraid of it, and like,
yeah, because she said that if she finds out that there's ghosts in her house, she doesn't want to be. And she paid a lot of money for this house, so she doesn't want to cut and run on her house, even though there is a spirit there. And so it should be interesting if she's actual low-key listening to these podcasts, maybe. So I apologize for putting out your business out there, but yeah, your house is haunted. Definitely haunted.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
All right, guys. So yeah, that's
it was like, see, I just didn't want to say it to her, and I keep forgetting every single time I go there and tell you about it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our week in review of any kind of personal paranormal experiences. Week in review. All right, guys. So stay tuned after this break. We are going to talk about the history of how Halloween became Halloween.
How Halloween became Halloween. Hey, wait.
Oh, you trying to rap, dude?
No,
because you couldn't. You're not rapping.
What do you mean? I'm White Slice, bro.
Oh, yeah, you're White Slice.
Yeah, I'm White Slice.
White Slice, all right. And your brother's name is Raisin Bran, right?
And you're Crustless.
I'm Crustless. All right, guys, so stay tuned. Make sure to check out our merch shop, too, and get yourself a Ghost Frickin' and Talkin' In t-shirt. So check out this commercial.
If you want your very own Ghost Frickin' Talkin' t-shirts, coffee cups, and heck, even dog bandanas, head to the link below.
Alright, guys, so make sure to stop and get yourself a Ghost Frickin' Talkin' t-shirt. It'd be awesome. Help support the channel, because every dollar that we make off of our t-shirt sales, we put right back into the show, whether, going to some haunted location or putting new equipment towards this, because our computer needs some help.
It's dying.
Yes.
It's going to be dead.
All right, so once again, if you guys have spooky stories you want to share with us, write to
ghostft@yahoo.com.
Yes, and also, I forgot to say, if you guys are listening via like iTunes or Google Play or whatever, and you can give a rating, make sure to rate us and leave a comment behind. If you're going to leave a comment behind, I might be kind enough to send you a sticker. I don't know.
I want a sticker.
You got a sticker, dude.
And every single person, not every single person, but the first person on each video on YouTube, and you comment, it will be pinned.
Yes. Kevin Hinkle Draws is the winner of last episode. He got pinned to the top.
Congratulations. Hopefully you can beat him next time. So Come on, everybody.
Because he's a huge fan of the show, and he plugged us on his show. So it was really cool to get some friends out there spreading the word, because he loves us and he thinks we're hilarious. But let's move on with the program. All right, tonight is our special Halloween episode, so we are going to talk Halloween and a little bit of the history behind Halloween. And so here we go.
It's easy. It's the kid becomes a murderer after his sister didn't want him to go trick or treating.
Are we going with the plot of Halloween?
I thought that was what Halloween was.
Oh, that's the origin of Halloween.
I mean, we have a pumpkin. Imagine that pumpkin for being like the intro for that.
All right, so yeah, which Halloween, if you really go back and watch the original Halloween, it still holds this, but I don't know. It seems very low, not low key, but like kind of
low budget.
Not low budget either. It just seems it's starting to lose its luster for me. Now, I think
really,
yeah, because I think that more horror movies that come out are more intense than what that one was, because it was slow there for a little bit in that movie.
See, like, okay, and now I'm going to go on a little rant for like probably 5 minutes, but like we got time.
Yeah.
But so you know, like how you introduced me into like Paranormal Activity first, and all like these like good spooky ones like Annabelle, Conjuring, Insidious, and stuff like that. When you first introduced me to like horror movies and stuff like that, and then you went to like the classics like Freddy Krueger and stuff like that. And like you said yourself, you're like, those still scare me. Like I'm not scared at all about those like Halloween, Child's Play, and stuff like that. It's because like I was introduced to like the more like hard, spooky.
Yeah, you like Paranormal Activity, dude. You get that thrown in your face for the first time, and then from Paranormal Activity you had like Saw and all these hardcore ones, and then you go back to these other campy ones like Jason and Freddy, and it's like it's a good time.
Yeah, but it just feels like like watching a happier movie compared to like the other ones.
All right, before we go into the history of Halloween, what is your most favorite spooky movie?
On like horror factor?
Yeah.
Just
whatever, either it gets you right into that Halloween spirit, or it freaks the shit out of you.
Okay. I'm gonna put in two.
Okay.
I have two rankings. I have the most that scares the crap out of me, and like the one that puts me in the most Halloween spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say Halloween, like the original Halloween. You said that like it lost its vibe to you, but it still gets me in the Halloween spirit for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
But the ones that scare the crap out of me, you would think it'd be like Insidious and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. No, it is Paranormal Activity. Because it's so relatable.
Yeah, dude.
It's so relatable.
I will not lie. I will be 100% honest with you. I went to go see Paranormal Activity at the movie theater, right? I left that movie so fucking scared. Because it wasn't like I was like scared of the movie. Yeah, it had spooky parts in it, but it fucking hit so close to home with some of the shit that has happened to me.
Yes, it's like, okay, yes.
You know, farther into the series, spoiler alert, they started playing with it's a demon, blah, 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 and, this and that, and it kind of got far-fetched on how they fucking got the story. But that first original Paranormal Activity was,
it was
fucking
so relatable.
Intense. It was so intense and relatable. But, okay, the movie that freaks me out the most, and I know I'm going to get raked across the coals for this, because people are like, man, this movie fucking sucks. But Blair Witch.
Oh, I totally forgot about. Yes, that is another one that scares the big crap out of me.
Blair Witch. It's all these real life. It's not real life, but all these handheld movie and stuff like that, because it's so fucking real. And I've always had a fear of the woods.
Same.
Because you never know what the fuck's in there, right?
Yeah, and like weapons, if you get lost in the middle of the woods, you're dead.
And there's that part where they're in the fucking tent, and all of a sudden you hear fucking rocks being thrown around you and shit like that, and it's like in a distance and it's closer and everything. Right now, just thinking about look at this, look at my arm, dude.
Yes, exactly.
I have huge goosebumps right now just thinking about, because that is an ultimate fear of mine, is just being out in the middle of nowhere and something just fucking with you, right? Whether it be some kind of fucking inbred redneck or a witch like this, dude. Because the very end of that movie, spoiler, if you haven't seen this movie's been out for fucking 20 years. In the end of the movie, where the kid is just standing in the fucking corner of the room, and she's just like freaking out. She's like, oh my God, what's going on? And all of a sudden, boom, she gets hit, right? And that's just the fucking end of the movie. And it's like, holy fuck, this just happened, right? But Blair Witch Project is my number one movie that fucks me up every time I see it, dude. When me and your mom were together, it was one of those movies that was always on our list that we had to watch. But after that movie, we had to keep the lights on in the house and shit, because it was so freaky.
Yes, I remember those days where, like, if I had to watch Ghost Adventures or anything, like,
right?
Even though Ghost Adventures don't really creep me out anymore, but like, any type of spooky movie as a child, I had to watch like an episode of like SpongeBob or like anything
just
like
just
that.
to clear your mind a little bit, and fucking Blair, dude, Blair Witch fucks me up. That's like the spookiest movie for me. But like I said earlier, the one that gets me in the Halloween spirit. You know, Halloween used to do that for me, but Trick or Treat just seems to have all that encompassed. You know, you have your cereal, you got your ghosts, you got your, and they're all intertwined with each other. You got fucking werewolves, you got boobs, you have little kids killing other little kids, and you know, Sam is a freaking icon now, and I am really excited because they have announced that they are going to make a sequel to this. So, and it gives a little background on like the stories of why not to blow out a jack-o'-lantern and stuff like that.
So is the Trick or Treat 2, is that called November 1st? Or
they're probably going to name it the last Saturday of October.
November 1st. The taking it down.
And by the way, soccer moms, you fucking lost. Halloween is still going to be on October 31st. So fuck you, soccer moms. And all you fucking Karens out there. All right, guys, so let's dive into the history of Halloween and how it became. So let's put on our thinking caps, ladies and gentlemen, and listen to me butcher all these big words.
Because we don't know big words.
No, because words fuck me up a little bit. All right. So Halloween's original date back in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. It's called Samhain. All right. It's spelled Samhain, but at least here it says you're supposed to pronounce it like Samhain. So it's Samhain. The Celts who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area, is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France, celebrated their new year on November 1st. So their new year was November 1st. This day marked the end of summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year that was often associated with human death. Because back in that day, you know, you got cold, you got sick during the cold,
you died.
You died. So Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghost of the dead returned to Earth. And, you know, people talk about, you know, that's the thinnest time, you know, and, you know, I still believe that it's got, I don't know, it's more, for me, it's more of like tied in with the moons. I feel like more shit happens when there's a full moon. So if there's not a full moon on Halloween, I don't know. Do you really consider it, you know, as that? But no.
Yeah, because like full moon is, like, weapons of, like, there's an energy that like is radiating off of the moon, because there's still stuff that we don't know in this universe. The universe is so huge, and the human brain can only process so much.
Right.
And it's like super weird. I like getting into like that, like, untold stuff.
Know, the fucking moon controls the fucking oceans and shit. So who's to say it's not working some other parallel universe?
See, like, I'm a big, like, skeptic about, like, universes, because, like, we invented time, because we are time, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, time of day and stuff like that. Like, the universe isn't like, yo, it's 9 o'clock. No, it isn't like that. We invented that. And, like, how are you, like, supposed to time travel and stuff like that? You can't do that because there's no specific time, because we invented that time.
Yeah.
So, like, how do we do that? And then, like, the parallel universe is, like, I kind of see that because of, like, maybe the energy is, like making, like, black holes, and, like, it's, like, really hard to explain, but it's, like, really cool in my head. So, yeah.
Whatever happens in that head of yours sometimes, son.
It's really cool. I love talking about that.
Yeah. The whole time aspect is really weird in the multi-universe, and I am very well on the belief that, you know, there's a multi-universe, or, you know, a thin something or another, to where, you know, that's why we see ghosts, you know, and whether, you know, at that specific time they're seeing you in their time and thinking you're a ghost. So, you know,
see, that's another reason. Like, yeah, you're right. Because, like, what if they figured out that we are already, like, time slips, or like parallel universe slips, and we haven't tapped that yet, and like they're more advanced than us, and then like they know more, and that's why they want to communicate with us.
Yeah.
And we're just like
good.
Yeah, and we're just like not intelligent enough yet.
Yeah.
And they already know, and that's why.
That's why they're conversating with us from their side, and we're over here. Oh my God, it's fucking ghost.
Exactly. Yes.
And they're like, no, dude, I'm fucking Steve, and I work from accounting and trying to get your social security number from you.
Yes.
All right. So it says, in addition to causing trouble and damaging crops, Saltz thought that the presence of the otherworldly spirits made it easier for the Druids, or Celtic priests, to make predictions about the future. For a people entirely dependent on the volatile nature world, these prophecies were an important source of comfort during the long, dark winter. So, you know, they're like, okay, am I going to live through the winter? Let me take a look into my third eye. Yes, you're going to fucking die.
It's Professor X.
Yeah.
He's got the cool headset on.
To commemorate the event, Druids built huge sacred bonfires, fire, where the people gathered to burn crops, animals as sacrifices to the Celtic deities. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes, typically consisting of animal heads and skins, and attempted to tell each other's fortunes. So you just had every fucking drunk out there be like, oh, look at me. I'm going to tell your future. No, let me tell your future. So that had been a fucking fun party. When the celebration was over, they relit the hearth fires, which they had extinguished earlier in the evening, from the sacred bonfire to help protect them during the coming winter. All right, so when did Halloween actually come to America? That's where we're at here. The celebration of Halloween was extremely limited in colonial New England because of the rigid protestial belief systems there. Halloween was much more common in Maryland and the southern colonies. Because if you wanted to believe in the Halloween, isn't that like you're a witch, right?
Yep.
Because it's got to do with Samhain.
Samhain.
As the belief and customs of different European ethnic groups and the American Indians meshed, a distinctly American version of Halloween began to emerge. The first celebrations include play parties. Hey.
No.
Oh,
just keep reading.
Oh, no orgies?
No, God darn it.
Which were public events held to celebrate the harvest. Neighbors would share stories of the dead, tell each other's fortunes, and dance and sing, just like they took that from the earlier stuff from over in England and that. Colonial Halloween festivities also featured the telling of ghost stories and mischief-making of all kinds. Ooh, so now we're going into the trick of the trick-or-treat. By the middle of the 19th century, annual autumn festivities were common, but Halloween was not yet celebrated everywhere in the country because of fucking witch trials. In the second half of the 19th century, America was flooded with new immigrants. These new immigrants, especially the millions of Irish fleeing the Irish potato famine, helped to popularize the celebration of Halloween nationally.
Then they get burned because they thought they were witches.
Right. Here's the history of trick-or-treating. Borrowing from European traditions, Americans began to dress up in costumes and go house to house asking for food or money.
You get to ask for food and money for Halloween? No.
Right?
Can I have a $5 bill, please?
Trick or treat, $5. $5 or a 99-cent candy bar. I'm going with $5. Give me $5, bitch. So, practice that eventually became today's trick-or-treat tradition. Young women believed that on Halloween they could divine the name of appearance of their future husband by doing tricks with yarn, apple parings, or mirrors. But now for Halloween, women go to bars, get drunk off their ass in little hoochie outfits, no offense to my friends that wore hoochie outfits last night to a party that I went to. It's become Horroween more than Halloween anymore. And I spell not
No, we don't need to spell it. We can just leave it with
okay.
horror.
Okay. WHOR.
God darn it.
Not HORR.
God. I was just like, no, just leave them up to think about it.
But I am just so surprised, and don't get me wrong, I am a red-blooded gentleman, and of course, I have eyeballs, so I appreciate the fact, but it seems like it's been turned from a fun Halloween thing, where you're gonna dress up as your favorite thing, to let's see how slutty we can get to be up there.
And that's like school too and everything like that. It's more like everything like nowadays is everyone's trying to make it more like sexy and stuff like that.
Don't get me wrong. I love a sexy little nurse outfit or a devil or something like that, but it's very hard on us guys, and when I say hard on us guys,
no, just keep going, just keep going. We're almost there.
Okay,
finish the story.
In the late 1800s, there was a move in America to mold Halloween into a holiday more about community and neighborly get-togethers than about ghosts, pranks, and witchcraft. At the turn of the century, Halloween parties for both children and adults became the most common way to celebrate the day. Parties focused on games, foods of the season, and festive costumes, which we've had some pretty bomb-ass Halloween parties.
Can you add the links?
Yeah, I could add the links. If you're here on our YouTube, we have a link right here of one of our awesome parties that we had, which I thought our parties were fucking bomb. To the max. We went all out. We do all out with the food and everything like that, and I think that's how it should be. Because like I said, last night was the first time I ever did the whole bar thing, and it was an interesting beast. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. And I have gorgeous friends that dressed up for Horroween, and I applaud them. But yeah, it was a little distracting for me. Parents were encouraged by newspapers and community leaders to take anything frightening or grotesque out of Halloween celebrations. Well, that fucking sucks. Because of these efforts, Halloween lost most of its superstitious and religious overtones by the beginning of the 20th century. And that's basically when it became... basically it's just a candy grab. And
it's starting to die.
Yeah, it's really starting to die. I think it's got a lot to do with people not wanting to really go to strangers' houses anymore because of how fucked up people are in the world.
Yep.
Also, you were talking about how fucking sucky these trunk or treats are.
Trunk or treats are, just I first of all, I get it and stuff like that, but you hold it on the 5 days from Halloween. Halloween should only happen once. You do it once, and I don't get it. Yeah. And it seemed like you have trunk or treats from the beginning of October every weekend until it's Halloween. Because I was looking through events to try to find something for us to do yesterday, and there had to have been 16 fucking trunk or treats happening within our general area, because they don't want kids going out on Halloween. Are we almost to a point that on Halloween there will be no more trick-or-treating? Do you think we will get to that point as a nation? I don't want to say it, but yes.
Yeah,
I think we'll get to that point where everyone's too protective because you have child predators and stuff like that out there, and you just
because the world's gone to hell in a handbag with all this predator stuff.
You just can't trust people anymore,
and back in the day, people were putting fucking switchblades and shit in apples and stuff like that, and poisoning apples and poisoning candy, and that's why people have to check their candy and stuff like that. But that was like very rarely that happened. But now it seems like people are like on edge. I will never forget going through Halloween candy with your mom. Like the first couple of years you were fucking trick or treating. It took her fucking a month to go through your fucking candy because she would go piece by piece and she would look to see if there were like little needle injection parts of fucking candy.
Yes, and she still does it today. And like we were like, yo, can I have a piece of candy? She's like, no. You will not get your candy. And it's like the time like Easter rolls around. Hey, you want some candy?
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, let me check that candy first. Yeah,
like,
so
see, and, it's better safe than sorry because I don't really want to die.
Well, I get that, but back in my day, it was just, I don't know, did my parents not fucking care about me? But it was like, I got my candy, and it was like, boom, here's your candy, fucking eat it all on the, Halloween night when you get home. My parents never checked for shit like that. And I'm sorry, Mom, if you're listening, but you didn't care about me as a kid like that, and just let me fucking eat poison.
Hey, but you're still living today, aren't you?
Yep. See, so I'm still living today. So fucking just eat your Halloween candy when you get home, bitches. But thank you, Mom, for letting me eat poison candy as a kid.
Wait, wasn't there like a meme at one point that like this like cop, right? Even he found an actual needle in one of his daughter's candies, right? But like he made a meme after it, right? He made like, he put like one of those actual like steak knives or whatever, like butcher's knives inside of the like small fun-sized Twix, and like they will never notice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those memes. There's one where they dumped out the bag of candy and it was like all like drugs and like knives and stuff like that and poison bottles and stuff like that. Yeah, so, I get it. It's still a joke, and I believe that there's still some sick fuckers out there that will do stupid shit just to do stupid shit. But, yeah. So that's the story of your mom being so anti-candy on you guys. It's so funny. And it wasn't like I got to help because she didn't think I would do a good enough job to look for fucking needles and shit and stuff. So it was always, I will look through it. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. So, yeah. So that was your mom's gig. But yeah, so that's a little bit of the history behind Halloween. Any personal Halloween stories that you have? Like, what's been your like best costume you ever had, or any kind of experience that you had, or because you've had some pretty bomb ass costumes over the years.
Yes,
I really liked the Ace Ventura that you wore a few years ago.
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
Your brother had a really kick ass Beetlejuice costume one year.
Okay, my top 3 costumes I've ever done. My number 1 has to be that Jason. Jason was insane.
Dude, I fucking own on that fucking Jason stuff, dude.
Dude, we worked like really hard on that because
you had a bald cap and everything, and it was really cool.
Like, we don't go out and like buy like kits and stuff like that.
No, all of our stuff is handmade stuff.
Yes, and like we like go to like Goodwill to find everything. So we made everything. Like, we basically like, okay, we bought the mask, but like we like painted the mask so it looked like it was all dirt and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was really cool.
My second is probably the Killer Clown. That Killer Clown was pretty insane.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool because the whole time you're like, I want to be a killer clown. I want to be a bloody clown.
Yes.
And I hate fucking clowns, so that I wasn't a big fan of that one.
But my third one is my new one that I'm doing this year, and it is Jigsaw.
It's Billy from Jigsaw, or from Saw.
Yeah, and I did almost all the face paint and stuff like that. Yep. I did my own eyeshadow and everything, and I am proud of that.
Yeah, I will actually pop up a picture of it in this video. I'll splice it in here between the commercial breaks so you guys can take a look at. Maybe I'll go back and try to find some more of the pictures of you and your costumes if I got them, and attach them here. So if you guys want, enjoy these pictures, and hopefully you guys learned a little bit from the history of Halloween. But here's another break for our merch shop. Make sure to get yourself a Ghost Frickin' Talkin' t-shirt.
Yeah,
all right.
It's pretty good.
Alright, so go to the Ghost Frickin' Talking Gear shop. You can follow the link and order your very own Ghost Frickin' Talking t-shirt. Many designs, many colors are available. And you can even get it put on a coffee mug or a dog bandana. Alright, now welcome back to Ghost
Frickin'
Talking. Make sure to buy yourself some Ghost Frickin' Talking merch. Help support your channel. Alright guys, so we are running close to our time here, but we do have a little bit of time here to try to spook you before you go to bed. We do have some scary stories that I pulled off the internet here. So hopefully, you know, they're kind of short, so I won't bore you too much. So I'll read the story and then maybe we'll give our thoughts on it, because these are supposed to be real stories. So we'll see if
keyword supposed
to be. All right. So the title of this one's called "Happy Birthday, Dead Man."
Happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims.
Shortly before a young family was set to move into their new home, the previous tenant passed away. Right after they moved in, their 2-year-old began talking about a ghost appearing in several rooms of the house. The parents weren't all that concerned and thought that because it was all around Halloween, the little girl's imagination had gotten the best of her. One day as they were leaving the house, their daughter told them that the ghost was on their deck. She told them that it was his birthday, and she wanted to sing him happy birthday. Out of sheer curiosity, the parents looked up the obituary of the man that died in the house. Sure enough, it was his birthday that day.
Cool. Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, happy birthday. You know, a story like that, because I've firsthand seen you as a kid with the fucking ghost stuff, and I believe we kind of touched on this last episode about how kids are more prone to being open to these things.
Yeah.
So this story actually, I could actually believe this actual story happening.
Yeah, I can believe it.
But you don't. Did you ever hear them talking? Have you ever heard them talking? Did they ever talk to you, or was it just you just seen shit?
You just seen it. You don't hear anything. Well, at least I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Well, like I've heard voices before, you know, talking behind me and stuff like that, or I'll hear it sound like you guys are playing in your room or something. I'll go in there and you guys aren't even in there. You guys aren't even fucking home.
Yeah, but it's like because like sound waves and everything like that. It's like really complicated and like, yeah.
All right. So our next little story is entitled "The Thing Scaring Little Sis." After his family had bought a farm in rural South America, a young boy felt that someone was watching him. Weird noises kept him up at night, and he always felt afraid in the house. Things got worse after his grandmother died of cancer. His 4-year-old sister started complaining of stomach pain. She then began sleepwalking and doing strange things in the house. When the 4-year-old was sent away for a weekend, she didn't seem to have any problems. That was enough to convince the parents to bring in a healer to get rid of the evil presence inhabiting the home. The healer said that an evil spirit had been placed on the previous owner of the home, and it was still coming in. The healer dug a hole in the backyard and put dirt in a plastic bag. The 4-year-old stopped complaining of stomach pain, and the noises that kept them up at night disappeared.
So she basically threw a bag of zip-blocked dirt in the ground.
Yeah, because, okay, I've touched on it millions of times on this podcast. I don't believe in healers or mediums or anything like that. So if you are a medium or anyone like this and want to contact us, what the fuck are you doing with your head, bro?
It's up here.
Oh, it's up. It's definitely up here.
There.
Because, okay, so this person came in and is like, okay, these fucking people, maybe I'll charge them $500. I will just take a Ziploc baggie and put some dirt in it, bury it in the backyard, and be like, boom, your shit's gone. Because then in the back of these people's minds, they're going to be like, well, that worked. So they're not going to be thinking that anything's happening.
Nope. They won't.
So that's kind of like, where they, you say you're sick and stuff like that. You're constantly saying you're sick. And you go to the doctor's office and the doctor's like, fuck, this dude is not sick. So they give you like a sugar pill, and
Yeah, then you're like, oh, dude, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine now. I took this medicine. Now I'm fine.
He's like, yes.
Yes, you are, aren't you?
Yes.
You fucking,
that's me.
You fucking psycho. All right, so let's get a couple more of these stories in here. This is called Emily, Not So Nice.
Who comes up with these titles, by the way?
A little girl aged 6 or 7 told her family about her imaginary friend Emily. Emily had long dark hair and wore a black dress. The little girl's parents started noticing strange behavior in their daughter. She began sitting in the middle of her room, whispering quietly. One day the little girl began to hiss at her brother and scream at her parents to get out. Eventually she calmed down, but not before both parents were in tears. It turns out that Emily was telling the little girl to do terrible things to herself. The family moved out of the home, but the memories of Emily still haunt them to this day.
You just have an out-of-control child. It's not the ghost's fault for the child being, like, mean to you.
Yeah, you know, I guess I could get that.
See, that's like the same thing with, like, video games. Because people are like, oh my god, Fortnite's corrupting kids. And, like, he's becoming mad because of these video games. No. If your kid starts, like, beating your cat because of Fortnite, it's not because of Fortnite.
It's because you got a fucked up kid.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's really weird how parents are quickly to blame any kind of bad behavior on spirits or Rob Zombie or Marilyn Manson or, you know,
They
movies or
anything.
Fortnite.
Exactly. This loud music's corrupting my child.
I can't listen to this music.
Because he's beating my cat.
I do have to share a story here real quick. Going off on a tangent again, but my mom never really like paid too much attention to the music I was listening to. But one time she listened to it, and she still will hold it to me to this day. I got the first Eminem CD.
Oh my god. I'd be like, I could just hear girl saying,
and
is the Slim Shady?
No, dude. She was like, I didn't care for that music you were listening to. I'm like, why is that? She goes, because it's telling you to kill your father, kill your father, kill your father. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, yeah, you're going to end up wanting to kill your father because this music is telling you to kill your father. And I kind of was like, underneath my breath, I was like, bitch, do you really think I would kill my dad because of a song telling me to?
I just imagine that. And he's just like, you killed your father. Your grandma's like, no, your mom's like, why'd you kill him for? I want to be a Slim Shady.
Yeah, you know,
I'm a Slim Shady, man.
You know, I don't get it. You know, I think we kind of shielded you guys off a little bit as kids on what you guys could watch and whatnot, but we were still kind of really laxed with it.
Of course, you're not gonna make a 5-year-old like watch like porn or stuff like that.
Yeah,
of course,
porn.
that's like something you're not supposed to be
No,
doing.
no, you wait till you get a cell phone and look up porn on your own phone, right, son?
Right, Dad?
What are you talking about, son?
Dad?
Son?
Dad?
You guys have it so easy nowadays. We used to have to get porno mags and stuff like that. Now you guys have freaking anything you want. You could watch some chick shit on some dude's chest or something like that.
What are you watching?
I don't watch it. I'm just saying that's out there.
What are you watching?
It's called a Cleveland Steamer there, son. But
no, story time.
Okay, so story time. And what we're going to go on to this next story is kind of one that I'm kind of interested because it's got to do with a Ouija board.
Oh, man, it's right up your alley.
It's right up my alley. All right, so this is titled, I Can See You. A group of young teens at a typical slumber party decided to play with a Ouija board. At first it was all good and fun, gibberish and silly words. Then things took a terrifying turn. The board started spelling out sentences about the kids being watched. The board told them that it could see them through his eyes and that he was under a car. When the teens finally got the courage to look under the car, they were stunned to see a large, angry black cat staring back at them. It wasn't that scary enough. The power shut off. Then they ran terrified back into the house. So
Power went off?
yeah, the power went off as soon as they
Outside?
seen the black. Well, I'm pretty sure that they had like a porch light on or something like that to look under the car.
No.
So all of a sudden there was a black cat. Power went off. Are we just talking coincidence?
See,
Or are we starting to mess with something?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know what I feel about this.
Because you swear up and down that Ouija boards are horrible and are demon-inducing boards, right? Is that what you're thinking is?
It's because movies get to me.
All right. Because I am in the boat of I don't fucking believe in Ouija boards, but I collect Ouija boards. It intrigues me. I do feel that some boards have an energy to them, but I don't think it's a portal to hell.
No.
Or wherever.
No.
To Cleveland. Portal to Cleveland. It's twice now we brought in Cleveland steamer, and now Cleveland itself,
Cleveland.
which is a steaming pile of football too. But
yeah, that's why they're called the Browns.
All right, so we have another Ouija board story. One night, a mom decided to take out a Ouija board and play it with her two children. Good parenting.
You just like family fun night.
Family fun night.
Time to play with the Ouija board.
Are we gonna play Yahtzee? No, son. I don't think we're gonna play Yahtzee tonight. Are we gonna play Monopoly?
Another board game. You're getting closer.
What are we
Game
playing?
of life. No, Ouija.
We're playing the fucking Ouija board, kids. Sit your fucking ass down. Let's talk to fucking demons.
Do I win at this game?
Yeah, right. So she wants to sacrifice her son, her children's souls to the demon Zozo.
Have you ever seen Paranormal Activity?
So she took out the Ouija board to play with her two children. It started out spelling goofy words that made the kids laugh. Mom, you're so funny. It says kill my kids in the bathtub.
Wait, is that really what it says?
No,
Or did you make that up?
I just made that up.
That's funny.
But then the mom decided to get serious. I could just see it. All right, kids. Now that we've done this fun, we were talking to Blue's Clues. Now it's time to fucking talk to Zozo. All right. But then the mom decided to get serious and asked the board whom they were talking. It spelled out the name of a close friend of hers who had gone missing a few weeks before. The mother was visibly shaken, but continued to ask the board questions. When she asked where her friend was, the board responded, "In the lake." Her friend's body was found a couple weeks later. He had been hit by a car while walking on a bridge and had fallen into a small lake.
Did they not find the car? Like,
Well, I'm pretty sure somebody hit him.
yeah.
That dude. Usually, if you hit somebody, you're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, I hit somebody," and then you're just gonna take off. It's called a hit and run.
Yes, I know, but like you're gonna get in more trouble when you.
Well, yeah. Well, you're not thinking that. You just want to get the fuck out the way, bitch. Get out the way, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So this story kind of gives me a little bit of goosebumps. If this was a true story and it's actually what happened,
That's pretty freaking cool.
that's pretty shitty on the mother's part to be kind of like, okay, kids, let's play the fucking Ouija board tonight. And then she's like, oh shit, we're talking to my dead friend. You know, at what point do you shut that shit down? What point?
You didn't even start it. That's the whole thing, right?
No, but seriously, you're a mom sitting there with your kids at a Ouija board, and all of a sudden it's like starts being like, "Hi, I'm Bernice, your friend that got killed. I am dead." Oh, well, at that time she was like, "I'm missing, but I'm dead in a lake." And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, that body shows up in a lake. That's fucked up. That's some fucked up shit. Don't do that to your kids, parents. Fucking parents. By the way, next time on our next episode, I'm going to play the Ouija board with you, son.
Can we play Monopoly, please? Just Monopoly.
Yeah. So we will play with the Ouija board and have their haunted doll sent to us at ghostft@yahoo.com.
No.
Write to us and send us a free haunted doll.
We don't have a P.O. box, so you can't send anything. It was all a prank. Trick or treat, huh? You just got tricked.
All right, we have one last story.
You said that like one last story again.
Well, I'm in the Halloween mood, so I'm going to give you a bonus story. And this one's called Heart Song. Celebrating on New Year's Eve, a group of siblings and their friends decided to break out the Ouija board. They contacted a person named Eugene, who told them that he had contacted them because he was afraid. When the kids asked why, the board asked them to started spelling out music and a bunch of random numbers. Someone had the bright idea to turn the radio to the numbers spelled out on the board. To everyone's surprise, the Heart Song, Don't Leave Me Stranded, was playing on the station.
No way.
The board yeah, what?
Was there an actual song started to play?
Yes.
No way.
Yes, it was a song by Heart called Don't Leave Me Stranded.
Dude, that's so spooky. I don't think I can sleep at night.
The board then began spelling out heart, afraid, don't go, and church over and over again. Eventually they grew tired and put the board away. The next morning, the siblings' father got a call that his uncle Eugene had a heart attack that evening before and had to be revived multiple times. So the uncle, while they were playing, so let me get this. So the uncle, while they were playing the Ouija board, was dead, brought back to life. Dead, brought back to life. And on their board, it's saying, repeating the stuff over and over and over and over again. Like
he was dying.
Like he was dying, and they channeled in something like that. That's kind of fucked up, if you really think about it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, well, there goes my thinking of not believing in the fucking Ouija board. But who's to say that that you're not connected to your family in some way?
No, I believe that I'm connected to my family in some way. But like, yeah, just like,
it's kind of like a scratch on the record. It's like, I'm back alive. Oh, I'm dead. Gotta talk to the kids. Dead, back alive. Gotta talk to the kids. So that's kind of a creepy story that we're going to leave you off on tonight. So if you guys have any awesome stories you want to share with us and want to freak us out and have your story read here on Ghost FT, you want to send our story to
ghostft@yahoo.com.
All right.
And that is ghostft@yahoo.com.
All right. I'm not. Do you hear a loud buzzing right now? Or is it just my ears?
I hear this and that's it.
Oh, no, dude. I hear like a high-pitched buzz in my ear.
Nah, I get that sometimes.
Dude, it's fucking weird. It's like really fucking loud.
Yeah, you get that sometimes.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if
I get it all the time.
I didn't know if something was trying to get a hold of me.
Because, like, the story behind that is that, like, it's an old folk tale, but it's not scary or anything. It's just a cool fact to know, is that, like, that means, like, somebody's talking about you.
Yeah, I thought that's when you got goosebumps. That's when somebody... Oh, no, when you get goosebumps, somebody's walking over your grave that you are going to be buried in the future.
Oh.
So if you always have goosebumps, you must be getting buried in the middle of, like, Times Square or something. But, yeah, I have heard that high-pitched thing meant that somebody was talking about you. Maybe somebody is talking about me.
Let's go.
Maybe they want my 60 body. Yeah.
Goodbye, guys.
Hey, so that is our Halloween episode. So go out there, get your horror-oween on. And
unless you're a 5-year-old, then don't do that.
Yeah. If you're a 5-year-old, keep your fucking clothes on.
Heck, if 12 and under, just don't do that.
Oh, well, even after 12, dude. If you're 18 or older, it's acceptable. Anything below, don't get your horror-oween on.
Okay, 14 and under.
Oh, whoa, for you.
For me.
Okay. So, all right. So I shouldn't ask you what your girlfriend's dressing up for Halloween then, huh?
Nah.
No. Okay. So we will leave that for a future episode when we talk about Your girlfriend dressing up for Halloween. All right, guys. So if you guys have any awesome Halloween stories, make sure to write to us at ghostft@yahoo.com.
And that is ghostft@yahoo.com.
And if you're not already, make sure to subscribe here on YouTube.
And click that notification bell so get notified when we push out a new video. And also, if you comment, the first person to comment on this video will be pinned.
Ooh, and nothing like being pinned on a Halloween in your Halloween costume.
Yep.
Yep. All right, guys. So once again, if you guys are listening to this via podcast, make sure to leave a positive comment. If you liked us, if not, even if you do make a negative comment, I will still read it. I will read any comments that are left on anything.
Just like, man, your channel sucks. We'll still read it.
And as a programming note, we probably won't have an episode out next week because I will be out of town for a full week. So the following week, maybe we'll do a live show and read viewer comments. We haven't read viewer comments in a couple shows, so.
Man, I gotta comment on all the videos then, because I gotta, like...
pump your YouTube channel?
Yeah, man. I gotta keep doing that.
All right. So stay tuned for that. We'll do a live, and maybe we'll do a... maybe then, because I got a lot of time on my hands when I'm traveling, and I'm going to take my... because I got a card. What are those tarot cards? I want to learn how to read tarot cards. So maybe then at live we will read somebody's future on the program. Ooh, spooky! All right, guys. So I am Nick.
I am Trent.
And as always,
everyone has a story to tell.
Everyone has a story to tell, and always
stay spooky.
Stay spooky. And good evening.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And God bless everyone. Good night, guys.